becoming one of the leaders?
Yeah, he's a lead. He's a lead by example guy. He asks questions in the meeting, but he's not a vocal guy. But his work ethic is unmatched. Him and a couple more guys in that room spend a lot of time together, doing extra work, watching extra film, watching other people developing their games. And, that's what we want to do.
As a coach, is that the hardest thing to be able to project? Okay, this is what they do in practice, and doesn't always show up in the games that way. You see,
It doesn't. It's a different speed.
Yeah.
Sometimes high anxiety when you're running out in front of a lot of people, but for the most part, in my opinion, it translates. You can't be a good practice player. That's part of our job is develop them and get them ready to play. Translate it from the meeting room to the practice field, and then on Saturdays from the field to play at a high level.
Well, he says your calm demeanor, I guess, is helpful. Some guys, respond differently. Is that a conscious effort on your part to do that?
I think every guy's different.
Yeah.
Akeem is a smart guy, and sometimes you don't even have to coach him on mistakes. He'll come to you and say, "I did this wrong." So some guys need it, and we always joke that Tariq needs a little bit different push, and Keith and some of the other guys, but we try to find the best things for each guy to help him play the best at the highest level.
So you tap your inner Coach Saban every once in a while?
Sometimes, some of it's psychological, and then sometimes you have to send a message to everybody. So it just depends on the timing and what we need at that time.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, Coach. So I was talking to some guys yesterday on the defensive side, and they feel like they have something to prove. What do the guys in your room say about that from last year?
I agree. We challenge them each and every day. Our offense is really good, and we get a great look from Coach Spav, and we got a great receiving core. So those guys kind of take it with a chip on their shoulder every day that they go out there, because they know if they don't perform at a high level, they're going to get embarrassed by David Seals and Gary and Marcus and all of those guys.
And talking to Hakeem yesterday, how does it help having him who transferred and a lot of guys? Does he talk to them and help them adjust too?
Yeah, we got a very tight knit group. I like where we're at as far as the guys encouraging each other, taking pride in the unit. We got a lot of work to do. We've only got one guy that's played significant snaps. We got some 4-year transfers who understand the expectation, but they haven't bought into the system yet. They're learning that, and I think by the end of camp, we'll have a solid group that we like.
Yeah, what's the biggest thing that you're looking for in camp?
Just consistency. You can't have a good day and a bad day. Trying to put together a string of good days, solid technique, solid execution, and more than anything, just playing hard.
How special is this group of transfers, and how quickly have they, embraced the team, and how quickly have the returning guys embraced them?
Well, the good thing for us is they've been here since the spring. We added a couple new guys in other positions this summer. So, when you grind together, you work together, you go through all the hard times together, it kind of brings you together. So you would think all these guys have been here forever, and they came in together, great relationships, hard work, and they've done a good job since they've been here.
Was there ever a moment where they said, "Oh, we did it differently at my previous school," or how does that?
No, most of the time you don't even hear those guys talk about other schools. Most of these guys have been at top tier programs, and they understand the expectation to play at a high level. But they're excited to be here and excited to work with our guys and become part of the team and just fall in wherever the coaching staff needs them to.
For their adaptation process, we've seen West Virginia, of course, have a lot of success getting junior college players to come over. For these guys who have played Division I ball, has their adaptation process been a little quicker or a little different from some of the other guys?
Yeah, I think so. Simply because, you come from Ohio State, you come from Michigan, you come from Alabama, you come from a Power 5 place that has resources. You understand what's needed, what you have to do to be successful. And I think the junior college guys come here and it's a learned skill for them because they may not have had the resources. You may not have a staff as big as we have here, from academics to strength to nutrition, outside of the coaching staff. So I think it's a little bit more of a curve. But most of those guys don't have an issue. We have a good plan in place when they get here and they kind of fall in line with the rest of our guys.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
I know it's kind of early, but who has really been impressing you so far?
We've kind of rotated 6 guys between the first 2 groups. Hakeem, kind of being the one guy that's played, he's done a good job. Tariq, Josh Norwood, and Keith Washington, and even throwing Jake and Jordan in there a little bit too. So all those guys have done a good job. We're trying to mix and match and see what's our best 11. All right, and give each one of those guys a solid chance to compete each and every day.
Thank you.